basically we came off the Silver State. We got a 7th place at Silver State, so we're really trying to push hard. Contingency was crazy this year. Tens of thousands of people. I mean, we were getting mobbed all day. Roughly about 9 hours to push the truck through. The only thing with that is, we're racing the next day. The whole crew, they're sunburnt, head to toe, and just completely tired. And we do have a long day that could last 20 hours the next day. It was so neat to actually see the people of Baja and how much they love off-road racing. I signed hundreds and hundreds of autographs and threw out more than 5,000 stickers from our sponsors that we represent, and it was just a really good showing. And I'm really thankful that SCORE promotes it in that way, so we can have more fans for off-road racing. And the people of Baja, they love it, absolutely love it. Well, this race here is really special. A really good friend of mine, Ryan Delfoss, he ended up passing away from brain cancer, actually the day I got back from the pre-run. Him and we actually raced together in 2010, and we spectated at the 500 a couple different times. And unfortunately he passed, and that's why I really wanted to dedicate this entire race to Ryan. He was a great guy, someone that introduced me into off-road racing, but his memory is alive in with myself, my family, and my entire crew.
Here we are at the start of the Baja 500.
Baja 500.
Ryan, this race is dedicated to Ryan, 100%.
Ryan.
There's thousands and thousands of people lined up, wanting to get a piece of the action. Mentally, you're sitting there and you see like a couple thousand people staring at you, getting ready to go. But that's when you really have to turn all that off and just focus on the racing. Being in a race car for myself, as soon as the flag drops, that's probably the most calming place I have in my mind. I'm ready to go and nothing else matters except getting to that finish line the fastest we possibly can. Right off the start line, it was really neat. We're hitting 80 miles an hour going off the jump, and there's a couple thousand people on either side, and you are literally just looking through a sea of people to figure out where you got to go. After getting through the town of Ensenada, we ended up going through the dirt section, and you would think there would not be a lot of people there, but that 30 miles from the start to the first road crossing, there is someone at every single turn. You really got to be on your toes and you got to be careful. You have people jumping out front of the car, trying to take pictures, turning their backs to the car, trying to take selfies. It's insane. Unfortunately, right around mile mark 10, we ended up going through some water, and the motor kind of started sputtering a little bit. I figured, hey, we got the spark plugs wet, they'll dry out, not a problem. It's happened before. We keep going, and about a mile later, the truck wasn't running right.
I don't know what happened. It's getting goofy.
Yeah.
Really wasn't getting any power. We pull off to the side of the road and take the hood off and try to diagnose the problem. It's really difficult too, because we had about 60 of the locals surrounding the vehicles, taking pictures and really wanted to help. So it's pretty amazing, because we don't really get to see that in Best in the Desert. What it was is we had a fuel pump went out and it arced out, and we replaced it, and we're getting ready to get back on the road. Unfortunately, we got passed by UTVs, Class 11s, everyone. We're at the back of the pack. So now we have to fight all the way to the front. And unfortunately, a lot of the locals thought that the race is over. So I'm passing vehicles head on at 90 miles an hour.
Oh. Okay, keep going. I got it.
Straight, you got it.
Yeah, bitches.
Watch out.
Yep.
Unfortunately, the race did not go any way we wanted to. With having that downtime right off the get-go, it really put us behind. We pushed as hard as we could, and we ended up timing out, which was really unfortunate. This is the first time this has happened to us. SCORE found out that there was that many vehicles stuck back there. They ended up opening the course again afterwards, but unfortunately by that time it was just too late for us. We've had a run of bad luck on a couple different races with just things that are part of racing, and it has been a tough season, and we're halfway through it, and we'll be hitting it harder each and every race. Raceline Wheels is actually one of the first sponsors I've ever had. They're an unbelievable support to our entire program that we have.
It's been great, because when you're in development stages, just because you get tested on a machine and you know what your tensile and your elongation strengths are, that's not a real racing environment. So you we give them to a guy like Matt Lovell, who will go out there and pound the wheel as hard as he can, because quite honestly, we want to see what he could do to it to break the wheel. Because when he comes back and says, hey, I couldn't break that wheel, that's what we want. And when he's gonna test something for his rig, because bottom line is he has to make it to the finish line, and if my wheel don't break, my wheel's gonna get him to the finish line. And that's what we want at the end of the day.
Now the one cool thing is about the wheels that we actually run on the truck, this is a wheel that you can actually purchase. This isn't just for racers only.
There is no difference in Raceline wheels. What our competitors race on is what we sell to the public. Raceline beadlock division is probably one of the smallest divisions in the company. Huge into trailer and tires for the trailer industry. And then we have a full line of billet wheels for the high-end show cars and old street rods. It's an entirely different line. They're made one at a time, to order. So we have a full line of wheels. I think we make wheels for just about everything.
You know, if it wasn't for them in really pushing us hard into our program and really believing in us, that we really wouldn't be able to have the season like we're doing right now with 9 races, including the Baja 1000, the 500. We just did Parker 425, the Mint 400, and the Silver State. And it's been a pretty crazy year. And like I said, we're only halfway through.